Welcome back to GrowFit Florida. Today, we're gonna propagate some moringa. So we have a moringa tree. This one's about 25 feet tall. See, still going, right? And we don't need both branches. So today, I'm gonna propagate this moringa tree. And the reason why I'm doing it is, we're in rainy season, obviously. It's been raining all week. It's actually drizzling a little bit right now. So this is a great time where I'm gonna get some free water. Rainwater is the best water you can get to do anything with your plants and your trees. So we're gonna propagate this. I'm gonna show you how we do it. Now, how we do it might be different than how you do it, but this is how we do it, and it's been working for us. We have, you guys seen, we have quite a few moringa trees. They're all healthy. We use them every single day. So the very first thing is, whatever you're gonna use to cut it. Me, I'm gonna use my machete. It's right here, I have it. Just make sure that whatever you're using, that your tool is clean, because you don't wanna spread disease to your tree from another plant. So just clean your tools off, that's all. And I'm gonna cut this diagonally because after we cut it, we don't want that exposed moringa branch right there to be sitting flat, so water is just gonna pile on it. If you cut it diagonal, that water is just gonna run off. Y'all see that lizard? And moringa is so easy to cut too, by the way. You would think that, I told you guys before, papayas are the weakest trees in your backyard. Moringa actually cut as easy as papayas do, but they're so much stronger because in any type of storm and wind, moringa will bend back and forth just like a palm tree. So even though they're easy to cut, they're very strong. All right, so we cut our moringa, as you see, good size. I'll say we could probably make about 3 out of this, 2 or 3. And I'm gonna show you, I know you guys are thinking right now, I can make 10 out of this, because a lot of people like to put maybe 1 foot cuttings into pots or into the ground, which you can do, you definitely can do. I don't do that, and the reason why I don't do that is, I would do that if this was March and we had more time, more growth season where it's gonna be, we have the heat coming up. But since we're going into September and we don't have as many months where we're gonna have this hot weather, I like to give this moringa more chance to actually get some roots in the ground. So in January, all of Florida is cold, about that second week of January. That's when we're gonna have our winter. And this is gonna give me a good 5 months of getting some roots out of this. Now, if I do little bitty cutting, I still can, it's still a good chance that I can, but I don't wanna chance it. So I like to put my cuttings in the ground about 2 to 4 feet. So 2 to 4 feet of cuttings, and it gives me the best opportunity to get some roots in these trees, because if you plant it from seed, you're gonna get the best roots. You're gonna get some strong, thick roots. From cuttings, it's not gonna be so much, but 2 to 4 feet is a lot of stored energy in this. And that stored energy, the more that you're able to plant in the ground, is going to give you roots quicker, and it's going to develop into a tree again much sooner. Trust me on that one. So before we get started, you're just going to take off all the moringa. And I like to leave one at the top of each tree that I'm going to make. So this one right here, like I said, 2 to 4 feet. So this one, we're going to stop about right here, and we'll cut that off. So right here, that's going to be one. So that's one right there. And we'll just take these off right here. Look at all this moringa we're gonna be able to eat. And then I don't know, I just keep the top on. I do that, it's been working this way. So let me put this over here. So like I said, between 2 to 4 feet is ideal. You can go longer if you like. You can go 5 feet. You could have put this whole thing in the ground if you like, but I'm just gonna do multiple moringa around the house. So 2 to 4 feet, this will work fine. So we got one. We'll make the next one a little bit longer, just to give us a little bit more head start. We got our second one like this. And another thing, when you leave one of the tops on, you'll just remember what side is up to. It helps with that too. So let's take this moringa off. Look at all this medicine, y'all. All this medicine right here. All this goodness. I'm about to send some family in the mail. So I know my brothers and sisters are watching. They're probably like, you gonna send us some? I'm gonna send y'all some. There we go. Good. And here's the last one. And we'll just put this in the ground. So let's take the bottoms off. Look at all this moringa. Look at this, crazy. It's a lot of goodness. All right, this is good. So there we go. Now, some things to remember. I gotta go over there and get my aloe. So just some things to remember. Now, when we put these in the ground, I like to put it 1/3 of the way down. So that's why I like to have bigger cuttings, so to speak, because I'm gonna put this 1/3 of the way down in the ground to help it get some roots. Some people use different type of rooting hormones, which works fine. You can use that. With moringa, you really don't even have to get to the cambium layer. You really don't have to scrape it. Now, I do slightly just to help stimulate it a little bit, just to make it the process just a little bit quicker. At least I feel is quicker. It might not be, but I feel it's a little bit quicker going that way. But with Moringa, you really don't have to do that. You can just stick this in the ground from here and this is going to grow. It's one of those plants that's just going to take off without all the extra that you're going to do. I know some people like to put cow dung actually around it, and that helps it, some people say, so, and it probably does. Me, like I said, I use aloe, so that's what I'm going to put around it. So let me go get that aloe and get started. Family, so the next step in this is you're going to use whatever you got, and we're going to expose just a little bit of the cambium later. Now again, you do not have to do this with Moringa. You can just put this in the ground, depending on your soil. Moringa, we have sandy soil, and Moringa actually loves our soil here, so it takes off. So depending on your soil, depending on your area, it might be different. Me in West Central Florida and my soil, it works fine if I stick it in the ground, but I guess old habits with other trees, so I do it too. So you see, this is all you're doing. You're not doing much. That's it. You're just exposing a little bit of that bark. You guys see? Taking a little bit of that off. And we'll rub our aloe that we have on this. And our aloe is going to be our rooting hormone. So if you have aloe, go get your aloe. It will work. It'll save you money. You don't have to get rooting hormone from the stores. And if you have rooting hormone, hey, good, it works. But we grow all these plants and we have aloe, and some plants you just have in your backyard and you're waiting for using. You're like, when am I going to ever use this plant? Well, now I gave you a reason where you can use your aloe. So go get some of your aloe. Like I said, I like to put this a third of the way in the dirt. So we're gonna go up a little bit with it. So if you're wondering why am I exposing so much, because all of this right here is gonna go in the ground. So all of that's gonna go in the ground. And it's gonna help get those roots real quick. All right, that's good enough, you see? So for instance, this is how it looked not exposed, and this is how it looks afterwards. So that's what we're going to do. So you see, now like I said, you do not have to do this step. You do not have to do it with Moringa. You don't. I do it, so it's been working fine for us. Now I take our aloe, a little piece of aloe, and I just rub it like this. Make sure I coat it real good. Get the bottom there too, and that aloe sticks on very nice. Fresh aloe, smells good too. And there we go. Now another thing that I will mention, a lot of people, when they do this, they like to get their cuttings and soak them in water for a little bit and then sit them out in the sun or put them somewhere for 2-3 days, just let them cure. You can do that. Now, that's another way you can do it. It's probably, technically, it probably is the best way. You get your cuttings, put it in the water, you let it sit, dry out for a while before you plant. That's probably the best way. So you could do that way, that's fine. Again, I'm just showing you how I do it. It's been working for me. You could do it the technical, the way that probably you should, or you can do it this way. Whichever way is fine. Your Moringa will grow. These plants are not picky. They just want some dirt and they're gonna grow. So we're gonna put it right in. So as you see, this is how it looks when you have that aloe on, gives a nice little glisten. And I'm gonna do that for all these, and then we'll go put it into some dirt. So stay tuned. All right, so I'm on the last one right now. Just, as you see, it looks like watermelon underneath the color, right? So we're just scraping a little bit off. Nice little thin layer we're scraping off. And there's so many ways to do this. I like them thick like this when I propagate them. There's so many ways. So some people would take cuttings this big like this. See how thin that is in comparison? So some people would take cuttings this big and put it in dirt, which it will still root. Let's say you put 10 in dirt in a pot. You might get 6 of them to root, or maybe 5 to root, which is not bad. You could do it that way. I've seen people take Moringa and they'll put plenty, maybe 15 in a 10-gallon pot, and they'll use it like it grows kind of like basil, where they can just keep it around and they can pick from it daily like that, and it's not going to get real tall. It's going to just stay right nice and contained. That's an excellent way of doing it. I really like that way, especially if you live in a climate where it's kind of difficult to grow Moringa and you can keep it contained like that in a pot. You have a couple pots like that where it's just so much Moringa and it's no higher than 2 feet. Imagine you have all these in a pot for comparison. Just a pot like that, and you come outside every single day, and in your pot you have this growing, and it's manageable. It's an excellent way to do it. I probably will end up doing that too, just because we use a lot of Moringa. My wife and we actually like the look of the tree. So we all know the health benefits. I done went over it so many times. We all know it now. But we love the look of the Moringa tree. It's a good looking tree in your yard when you see it grow. It's really nice. It provides good shade to a lot of your other plants, and just as much of the health benefit for our body, you go outside, you want your yard, you want your food forest to actually look nice too. You want it to feed you first, but there's nothing wrong with having your food forest look nice. And these moringa trees, they provide a nice little beauty in the garden actually. So that's why we like the trees versus the high density pots, which is still cool. All right, that's good. Like I said, you don't have to be perfect with this. You don't even have to do this step with moringa. Don't even have to do it. Take our aloe, rub that aloe all in. And I didn't show it, but that little area over there under our moringa tree that we cut, I put some aloe on it too over there. Aloe is a wonderful plant because it helps heal your other plants. It's just a wonderful plant to grow. So grow yourself some aloe, because if you really want to get your food forest going and you want to start getting a lot of different plants, aloe is just that one where it has so many uses in your garden, not just for your skin, for your plants too. And saves you money too. You don't have to go get rooting hormones. This actually works. It's been working for us. All right, rub that in nice. And we're all set. You guys see? So we're gonna stick these in the ground now. So we have our spot and we're gonna put them in the ground. I don't amend the soil. I don't do anything fancy. Our soil is good in the spots that I'm gonna put it. It's been a few years now we've been working with this soil. So I don't have to add no fertilizer or anything to it. We're just gonna put it in the dirt and we're gonna let God do what God do. He's gonna grow these plants for us, so stay tuned. We got our hole dug. Let's pop one in. So that's perfect. Like I said, I like to put it a third of the way down just so I know it's gonna get those roots. Develop some nice strong roots. And look at this, got mulch and everything else in here. The soil is really good. And it's already nice and moist, the soil, because it's drizzling. So I don't even have to water this in because the rain is coming. There we go, that's simple. So it's all planted in the ground. Supposed to get some nice rain in about an hour. Here's the second one. And we're gonna check on this again in a couple months. I'm gonna show you guys how it's growing. So when I'm talking about throwing in a pot and having some high density, look at this. Y'all see what this is growing? In between, look at that. On the outside, that's moringa. You can put it in a pot this small. Look how small this is. And you can just keep some moringa and just let it grow out like that and daily harvest if you want. But let me go show you guys some seeds. You guys ever seen them before? Some have, I'm sure, some hasn't. These are what the seeds look like, and they're so easy to plant. Full of life right there. You can eat these. You can put them in salads, however you want to do. Swallow them whole like a vitamin if that's what you want. Whatever you want to do. But I'm going to plant these. Just throw them in the pot. As a matter of fact, I'll show you guys how I do it. Again, I keep it simple and it works. Let me show you. I have to see if I even have any more pots. We got a lot of stuff growing now. So let's see what we got. I've been known just to grow stuff with stuff. So, all right, I see a pot. We can use this. Look at this. Here's some elderberry right here that I'm just propagating. It's growing nicely. We got some Barbados cherries over here that I'm propagating. But here's a little shampoo ginger. I'm about to take out some more elderberry. And this pot, I don't believe I threw anything in it. So we're gonna use this. And this is all we're gonna do. So I'm gonna take a seed, stick it down like that. Take another one, stick that one right here. Let's make 3 in here. I don't know why I'm doing that sound effect. It's already starting to drizzle some more. So why am I doing that sound effect? Y'all hear that? I don't know. All right, there we go. I just threw 3 seeds in there just like that, and we're good to go. We're gonna let God do the rest, and we'll check on this in a couple weeks. So thank you all for joining me today. I'm about to go tea some moringa. I hope you guys learned something. Like I said, I kept it simple. You don't have to do all the crazy things to grow. Moringa grows itself. You just put it in the ground and you let God do. Some takeaways, if any, that we want to take away from that I suggest. Just make sure if you're going to do cuttings that are only about 10, 12 inches or so, just make sure that you have enough time. You're putting those in a pot. I won't put those directly in the soil. Unless you live in a tropical area, don't put it directly in the soil because it's not going to be enough energy in those to survive a winter time. So put them in a pot, you'll be fine. So you ask, does it work? Is it going to work like that? Well, you see this right here, this moringa tree? Nothing was different. This is exactly what we did with this. 2-foot cutting. Now this tree is what? About 12 feet tall. In a matter of, I did this 5 months ago. So 5-6 months ago, and now this is the tree. So it works. You could do it that way. Like I said, this is how I do it in our yard. We're not paying for more moringa, we're propagating our moringa. And we're able to get more moringa to feed our family and to feed our neighbors and whoever wants some moringa. So that's how we're doing it. So it works. So maybe a key takeaway, if any, from this is don't be afraid to make those cuttings just a little bit bigger. Everyone shows you the 12-inch cuttings, which is fine. You can do it like that. But if you're a little bit later in the season, I suggest going between 2 to 4 feet with your cuttings. It just has more stored energy. It's going to give you quicker roots. The tree's going to grow quicker. Another thing, you can use cow dung, you can use aloe, or you can use a store-bought rooting hormone, which whatever you want to use. People use all different types of things, or nothing. Just throw it in the dirt and it's perfectly fine. However you want to do it. That's how moringa works. Sweating out here, y'all. Last thing, moringa does not like sitting in water, so you don't have to overwater this moringa. Make sure that when you're planting your moringa, check the soil first before you go water. We're in rainy season, so I'm probably never going to have to water this moringa for a while now, so that's good. That's another reason, like I said, why I came out here and propagated this moringa. So I hope you guys learned something today. I hope this video was helpful. I'm also going to show you guys a little bit more about the seeds and the pods when we get some more in. So we don't have that many left, so just to let you guys know, because I know some of you guys have been asking for seeds. Next season we should propagate a lot of trees now, so we should have some good amount of moringa so I can give you guys some. So well, that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next video, God bless.